Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like we've got Naya Midrange versus Orzhov Control, and Naya currently has a Hanweir Garrison, and I have to be honest, I was expecting, well, there it is, Grasp of Darkness. Hanweir Garrison is an amazingly good card. It's just, because it's that amazing and the fact that it's honestly not that hard to kill, a 2/3, no protection from anything, no evasion. There are just so many options to a deck like Orzhov Control to be able to kill a card like this, which is unfortunate for Naya because this is a really good card if you can get it to stay on the board. So he has an Erois' Champion, which just got shrunk by Liliana the Last Hope. 2/2 double strike for 3 mana is not a bad deal. But again, just like Hanweir Garrison, it's ridiculously easy to kill. Okay, manning up the Needle Spires. That will kill off Liliana since it is a 2/1 double strike. And then it will become a land again before Orzhov's turn, so there's literally nothing he can do about Needle Spires. At least right now. But then again, Liliana did what she could. Limited the amount of damage that he could have dealt that turn, because by all means, he could have done 8 damage that turn. So Orzhov goes with Read the Bones. He's down to 16, up to 6 cards in hand. Only 1 mana open. And Ulrich of the Krallen Horde. Ow! +4/+4 makes it a 6/6 double strike. Holy crap! He's down to 4 in a single turn, just like that. And now he has to kill both of these creatures and has something available to get rid of Needle Spires, because I think that's the game. Yep. He did what he could. Languish was a great play against the creatures he had on the board. All of them were 4 toughness or less. It's just there's nothing you can do about Needle Spires until it becomes a creature. And holy crap, just that one play, Ulrich, just almost his entire health just gone in a single strike. Well, let's go to game 2. That was actually quite impressive. Okay, turn 2 Veteran Cathar. Not exactly sure about that card, but then again it does give double strike, but ouch, Orzhov is mana screwed. He was able to throw down Deadweight to kill off that creature, but pretty sure he's done already. The Shuffler just decided it's time for you to die. And, that's what happens sometimes, and you can't fight the Shuffler. Stormkirk Occultist. Ultimate price. Okay. But that is one thing about Orzhov Control, is a lot of their control spells are really cheap. So it is possible for him to come back from this. It just will take some very careful wire walking on his part. Second Stormkirk Occultist. Transgress the Mind. I have to say, I haven't seen anybody play with Ulrich before, and I have to be honest, he's not a bad deal. 5 mana for a 4/4 that gives something +4/+4, and then his transformability, he's a great card, provided you have another creature in play that's worth attacking with. So he got rid of Arlen with the Transgress the Mind, and that left him with, wow, Duskwatch Recruiter, Always Watching, Ulrich, and Always Watching. Now, the good news is that he doesn't have a second white mana, so Always Watching is just going to sit and rot in his hand until he gets that. Bad news is that all it's going to take for him is to play another land that comes into play untapped, and the big bad scary werewolf is going to come into play. Oh, that's right, it transforms. Never mind, he doesn't even need another land. Ulrich is going to cost 4, unless he can kill this quickly. And Grasp of Darkness. Alright. During his upkeep, he's deciding not to use Duskwatch Recruiter because, it is an option. It's always an option to respond with his ability, and it's not a bad ability. Stormkirk Occultist goes in, but that's the thing. There's a lot of competition for his mana right now because this reveals the card, but you have to pay for it. This ability costs you 3. He has other spells in his hand. Another Duskwatch Recruiter. Okay, so next turn he can throw down Ulrich again. And Languish. Okay, Orzhov is fighting back as best as he can. He's doing pretty well considering he was mana screwed very early on. And there's the Always Watching. He did have to pain for one of the white mana. But he's not going to play Ulrich until he has a creature that he can use the +4/+4 on because he doesn't want to waste it. And Lambholt Pacifist. Thanks to Always Watching, it's a 4/4 with Vigilance, which means that it can attack. But then again, it's only 4 power and 4 toughness, and as we've seen, Orzhov has plenty of ways to deal with a single color creature with, 4 toughness or less. Well, Liliana the Last Hope shrinks the Lambholt Pacifist, but that's not going to be enough to keep Liliana alive here. The second Always Watching. Not exactly the card that I would have played, considering, you have Ulrich in your hand, and that would have been a kill on Liliana. He didn't even attack. Your creature has Vigilance. There is no reason not to attack. Wait a minute. Can't attack? Oh, the shrinking. Sorry. I thought for sure that he had enough power to attack with right there. Sorry. So, Lambholt Butcher attacks in for 4, takes Liliana down to 1, uses Liliana to shrink him again, which doesn't really help that much right now. 4 cards in hand, though. He could very well have a kill card in hand, waiting to see if he's going to throw down, for example, Ulrich and give him +4/+4. Stormkirk Occultist. And Ulrich is the last card in his hand. But he has Houndweir Battlements, so he can give this haste. So a 5/4 haste, Vigilance, Trample, and a 4/5 Vigilance. So Liliana dies, 5 damage goes through, Orzhov is down to 9. And next turn is lethal. He has to clear the board here. If he does, things will be looking up. Mana costs 3 or greater. So he got rid of Ulrich, so his hand is gone. But he didn't have any way of clearing the board, so he concedes. Well, that is kind of what has always happened to Orzhov in Standard. Orzhov Control is a great idea because you just get the maximum number of cards to be able to kill creatures. Just the sheer volume of things that you can use to kill creatures is mind-boggling. But there always seems to be another creature. And that's what Standards is kind of about right now, is creature decks. they always seem to have another creature, and you end up getting overwhelmed. You just never have enough ammunition. And when you do, it's kind of the outlier in the whole set of data. So unfortunately, Orzhov bit the dust twice in a row, and it's kind of to be expected. You know, this Naya deck isn't even a top tier deck, and Orzhov still got stomped just because of the sheer number of creatures that kept getting played, and those monster double strike hits that he is capable of in this deck. You know, that's one thing about Ulrich that I never thought of is, there are cheap double strike creatures available in standard that +4/+4 turns them into terrifying damage dealers. Well, I have babbled on for far too long. That was Orzhov Control versus, I guess we'll call it Naya Midrange, though, to be honest, we didn't see nearly as many Planeswalkers as usual. But, sorry for going off on a tangent at the end there, but if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next video.